In this session, we will learn how to identify an appropriate file containing the three-dimensional coordinates for a protein structure. Future sessions will cover how to work with those structures in various visualization applications. Three-dimensional information is stored using a file format called PDB for the protein database. This information represents the XYZ coordinates for every atom in a molecule. This example shows some of the XYZ coordinates stored in the PDB file for the CFTR protein. Finding a three-dimensional protein structure file involves going to the NCBI resource under the Structure menu. Then you enter the symbol for the protein you're interested in. There will be a number of caveats that will influence your success. Some proteins only have partial structures. For example, the protein that we've worked with in this series of videos, CFTR, is a membrane protein, and those are notoriously difficult to crystallize. However, the portion of the protein that is most clinically significant has been determined by three-dimensional crystallography. Other protein structures are complexes in which more than one protein is included in the structure. If you're working with a complex, it's important to make sure that you're interacting with the correct molecule. In some instances, the structure for a human protein may not be available, but you can use comparative analysis to identify a structure that may have been determined for a related protein from another mammal, and that can still be informative for your work. To find a file, go to NCBI and scroll down to Structure. Once you've done that, type in the name or symbol for the protein you're interested in, CFTR in this case. Doing that identifies that there are more than 100 possible CFTR protein files. So let's learn how to narrow that down. We'll go into Advanced, we'll type in CFTR for the first field, and then for the second field we'll narrow it down by species or organism. So pick organism, and then you can type in either human or Homo sapiens, and that will reduce the number of files returned. So once we do that, hit search again, and now we see we get 76 files, which is still quite a bit. But as you start to scroll down through these, you can find something pretty quickly that might be a good candidate. The first two are not, because the first one's a variant and the second one's a complex, but the third is a sub-portion of the CFTR protein. So let's pick that, and then when we click it, we can see this structure summary. It provides the PDB ID number, which you may want to note. It provides a very simple rendering of the three-dimensional structure of the protein, and the ability to download the file, which you'll want to do and save that off for future projects. Now let's just take a look at the structural file for the PDB. So we'll click on that link, and that shows us the PDB entry, which is another more detailed view into the protein. And so we'll pick that, we'll scroll down, pick PDB format, and you can see the text file that stores the coordinate information for the CFTR three-dimensional file. This is a lot of information, and we're just going to look at some of the top level data, and after scrolling down a little bit, you can find the part where the coordinates for each atom are stored. So this gives just a preview of how to identify and even open the raw data for a three-dimensional protein structure. In this session, we've learned how to find and download the PDB file for a protein structure. This will be used to build into future exercises where we actually visualize the protein structure.